Collective energy reading. What about you makes you unique? Let's get into it. So we got the Queen of Cups and game over. All right, so I'm picking up someone that has a lot of compassion. You could be really empathic when it comes to other people. You know how to put yourself in other shoes and see what it is that they're going through, feel deeply. And I also feel like you're somebody that is spiritually tapped in, you're intuitive, and you have a great deal of capacity when it comes to your commitment. You know, I feel like you're the type of person, when you put your heart into something, you give until the last drop. You know, you're very intentional about how you show up and what it is that you give your heart to. You know, it's like not one foot in and one foot out. I feel like you're the type of person that has a devotion to your relationships, and when people connect with you, they're going to get that sincerity. They're going to get that um, extension of yourself. And so I feel like you extend a lot of grace when it comes to others. And also, you know, you're the type of person that stays to the end, you know, until the expiration date comes. You know, you're there front row and center. And I also feel like on the other end of the spectrum, you know, once that expiration date comes, if there is a situation where, you know, someone has outworn their welcome, you get to that phase where you're done. You know, it's like you're done. You know, it's no turning back. You know how to keep it moving. And I feel like you have the energy of knowing how to do so with grace. And so we got the Eight of Wands here. And please leave a voicemail. I feel like you have the energy of someone that is really sought after. You know, you could receive a lot of communication. You could have a lot of friends or acquaintances. You could know a lot of people. But I'm getting the energy of somebody that is selective. You know, so you're particular about the people that you contact or the people you stay in contact with. So a lot of people may not receive too much of your attention. You know, it's like when you do select who gets your attention, they get your undivided attention. But not many people can say that at this point in your life. And so I feel like you may have a tendency to put your phone on do not disturb, or you could put your phone on airplane, but you have those times where it's like you disconnect from the world and you go within, you know. And you also on the other end could be somebody that enjoys traveling, you know, being on the move and taking different ventures to spend time with yourself and disconnect. But I'm getting this energy of someone who prioritizes their own peace. You know, if it means shutting your phone down or shutting out outside noise, then that's what you're going to do. So we got the King of Pentacles and go get some fresh air. And I was picking up a fresh approach to business. I feel like you know how to take leaps of faith when it comes to your business endeavors. You know, you could be an entrepreneur, a content creator, a manager, or work in a position of leadership, take it as it resonates. But there's this energy of willingness to try new things, and you being the type of person that is up for the challenge. You know, you may update your profile look every so often, meet with different people for networking, but I feel like you're someone who enjoys being on the move, whether that's you gaining new money, move opportunities, or business contacts, or you simply gaining more knowledge on how you can become more successful. But there's this dedication to your influence and your measure of impact. And I feel like that is something that makes you unique as well. Because you don't limit yourself to outdated ways of doing things or restricting yourself in some type of box. You know how to keep up with the times. And I feel like keep an open mind to your approach to your financial endeavors or to your business. Take it as it resonates. We got the Two of Swords and do not push me. And I was getting thorough with this. I feel like you're somebody that's meticulous when it comes to your decision making. And when it comes to major decisions or challenges that you're faced with, there's this energy of you taking your time and weighing your options. There's this energy of people trying to corner you or put pressure on you to come up with an answer or to determine a certain conclusion. And I feel like you handle those situations well. You pick up that someone is trying to pull a fast one on you. I feel like you're the type of person that is quick to decline. You know, there's this energy of reserve about you that I feel like you have developed, and the skill of decisiveness or restraint. But it's like you want your next decisions to be your best decisions. That's the download that I got. And so I feel like that's where this energy is coming in, where it's like you're not quick to just decide just because someone is putting something shiny in front of your face, or because the contract is saying that, this is what it is. You're going to read the fine print. You're going to check the details. You're going to go through things thoroughly so that you can make the best decision for you. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Wheel of Fortune and I'm Not Okay. And I was picking up an energy of regeneration. It's like you've seen the worst days and those days are behind you. Now you're preserving your position and waiting for your ships to come in. And so there's this energy of you coming out of a cycle of situations that were draining, with people that were kind of putting you in positions to get ahead of you, or maybe put fear in you, put you in a place where you were at a disadvantage is what I'm getting. Like energies that may have wanted you to bargain your gifts, kind of like settle for outcomes that would not put you on the high end of things. Take it as it resonates. But intentional commotion and challenge is what I'm getting, is what you were going through in this previous cycle. However, with the Wheel of Fortune here, that means that things are turning in your favor. So on the other side of things, I'm seeing you in a position where you're choosing yourself, and you're making decisions from this place where you're replenished, and you gained all of this wisdom and applying it. So now you're doing what makes you happy and deciding from a place of self-worth and honoring what honors that. All right, and so the last card that we have, which came out, your why, is to open doors you haven't seen. So that is, I feel like, what this previous cycle was, to teach you up until this point so that you can get through some better doors, some doors that are a reflection of what you deserve for your greatest good. So take these messages as they resonate. Whatever doesn't resonate, leave behind. If this did resonate with you, drop a yellow heart in the comment section. I appreciate you listening. Like, comment, and share, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.